Hello everyone. I just wanted to say that I'm blown away by all the support that you guys have given to me, and just reading through all the positive comments on Reddit, that just made my day. I want to start a new series where I compare unique maps and see which ones bring the best profit per hour. And on this episode, I'll be comparing Putrid maps versus Mao Kun's, and we'll be running both of the maps for 1 hour. So we'll start with the Putrid maps, and just to tell you a little bit about the map, here you'll get to kill 3 different bosses, and well, 3 same bosses, but 3 different times, and each of them will drop a lot of divination cards. For my experience, I would say that the main currency source often in these maps are stack decks, so that's how you get most of your currency. And obviously if you're opening the stack decks, you're also able to get something super expensive, but you need to be very lucky when you open those. Quickly about the pros and cons about each of the maps. So this one, clear speed is super quick, so I timed it at 2 minutes 40 seconds to clean the whole map. Bosses are super easy, at least with the build that I was running, which is the Necromancer Summoner build. And you can get some amazing drops like House of Mirrors or the Doctor and other Headhunter cards that cost 10 Exalted Orb and plus. Cons for Putrid map is that it is easy at the beginning, but you start to get very bored running these maps. It's very headless running, and closer to an end I was dying quite a bit because I was starting to make a lot of mistakes. Proximity shield can be very annoying, especially if you have a ranged build or spell build, so you need to get very close to these enemies when killing them, and it's very dangerous. So I would maybe not even recommend running these maps if you are a long distance build. And I think the last and the biggest issue with these Putrid maps is that they cost 40 Chaos Orbs, so you're risking with a lot of currency when you run each of the maps. My setup for this speedrun obviously sucked. I was using mana potion. I don't know why. Obviously I don't need mana for my build, and I also was using 2 health potions that I also don't need, but this is something that I've used for quite a bit now and just too lazy to switch, so I'll probably need to do that after this video. I was also spending some time opening the portals in case my character died, and I think I could have also avoided this by just using Cast on Death portal gem, because I don't obviously need such overpowered build to run these maps, especially if you're running something like Summoner. I was also planning on doing a very cool montage about like drops that I will get, but obviously, spoiler alert, all my drops from these Putrid maps sucked, so I think the best item that I got was Abandoned Wealth that cost about 102 Chaos Orbs, and I only managed to clean 18 Putrid maps in 1 hour, so that's not a lot. Let's talk about the Mao Kun's. So the point of this map is that you'll be running through the map to find Fairgraves. Once you talk to him, all the enemies turn into ghosts, so then you'll need to start killing these ghosts, and there's a chance that these ghosts will drop a chest that you get to open, and when you open those chests, you'll get mainly just currency from those chests. And there's obviously a set amount of chests that these ghosts drop, so you can't ever exceed that number, and it can never be below. And I don't remember from top of my mind how many chests it is, but I would guess that it's around 10 chests that it drops every time. For me, I've done this map for so long that I was just skipping the trash and running straight to the Fairgraves, mainly so I can get to open these chests as fast as possible. Pros and cons for this map is fairly safe map to run. Very good XP at low levels. You have this XP boost, and I've been doing it since I was level 65 or so, and I'm at the moment 89. So obviously I haven't done it for all of the levels, but this has been my main source of XP since I started this character. This map is also amazing for early leagues to make a lot of money. This is how I started building my bank, and at the beginning, for example, fusing orbs cost a lot, chaos orbs and exalted orbs that cost a lot of money, and you could basically sell any of the currencies that you were getting. So you were getting steady flow of currency, and the risk was very, very low. So cons about this map is that it's a very long map. You have to wait for ghost bosses to disappear, and you can't kill them unless it's the last remaining boss. So these kind of ghosts get stuck at like 1 HP, and you'll just have to sit there and wait for them to die. Chances of getting amazing drops is very low, so they don't have any kind of like amazing drops like for example the Putrid maps does. So there's no House of Mirror drops, there's no Doctor drops, but obviously you still can get Mirror of Calandra. It's just super rare. I personally have done roughly around 100 to 120 Mao Kuns, and at this point it's pretty boring, but it never disappoints me. So I tend to run a lot of Mao Kun maps, and I get enough currency to gamble on stack decks or crafting an item, and if I fail, I'll go back to Mao Kuns, because that's how you get very easy money. For this test, I managed to clean about 12 Mao Kuns, and honestly, I was very disappointed with this 1 hour result. I have usually received 1 Exalted Orb per 6 to 8 maps I run. I think best case scenario for me has been 3 Exalted Orbs back to back from 2 maps. And obviously for this experiment I had to get none, so you will have to take my word for that, or you have to try it out yourself and see what kind of ratios you'll be getting. I don't think that matters so much, because at the end you'll see difference in the kind of results was not that massive. So for Putrid maps, we received about 893 chaos worth of divination cards and stack decks. For those 18 Putrid maps, we spent about 720 chaos orbs, meaning that we only profited about 173 chaos orbs. For Mao Kun, we received about 242 chaos orbs and spent 72 chaos orbs purchasing the maps, meaning that we profited about 170 chaos orbs from Mao Kun. So the difference was only 3 chaos, and Putrid map obviously won this battle. My personal opinion is that Mao Kuns can be much better, as you tend to get like a steady flow of currency without risking a lot. With over 100 Mao Kuns done and over 50 Putrid maps, I can say that based on my experience, Mao Kun is something that you should definitely do instead of Putrid maps. If you want to gamble and go big, I'd recommend Putrid. If you're a new player and you can't afford gambling, go for Mao Kuns, as you will not lose any currency if you do this at scale. And again, thank you all for watching my video. Please subscribe for more videos and leave a comment which other 2 unique maps I should compare next time. Thanks again, and have an amazing day.